Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and as always, we take pride in bringing you SWAC, MEAC coverage, in particular my beloved Panthers coverage. A few weeks ago, we were discussing ticket prices in regards of comparison throughout the conference. Got a reach out from the athletic director, vice president of intercollegiate athletics. I almost called you doctor, sir, but Ashley Robinson. And we finally got a chance to get here and put things together. And let me first say thank you for taking the time out and welcome to the show, sir.
No problem.
All right. Now, we always talk about perception versus reality. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that's the way the world is. And some people see it, some things when it's a totally different light, and i.e., our current leader in the Oval Office. But that's a whole nother different deal. We're here to talk about ticket pricing, apples to apples, apples to oranges, but bring some clarity, in particular to PV Nation and the rest of those who listen to our show on a regular basis. So when we first, what initiated all of this was there was a certain episode that came out, and it may have appeared that we were unfair in our assessment. Is that correct to assume?
Correct.
Okay, and we discussed it, and we're here to clear the air, if you will. And we can start off, we'll give you the floor, and then we'll go into the rest of it.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks for having me, Mike. Definitely, it's always good to be able to talk to Panther Nation and to get the message out when it comes to PVAMU athletics and to talk about the university as a whole. As you know, we are very excited about our upcoming year, which is our second year of opening up Panther Stadium. We're definitely excited about our upcoming season. We're excited about our 350 student athletes, and we're excited about all 18 sports. Definitely, we want to discuss ticket prices and season ticket prices. And just to give a couple updates, you know, season tickets ended on July the 31st. We had the cheapest season tickets overall of all FCS football, and not just FCS football, but FCS period, all 18 sports. And not just promote football, but we had season tickets for every sport, including baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, along with baseball, along with football as well. So very excited about that. Our first package we had, want to discuss our first package. We had $425 package, and that included our club seats, that included parking for home football games, that including hospitality for all home football games, general admission to all sporting events, and that's all events on campus. Any sporting events on campus, PV relays, baseball, softball, soccer, volleyball, basketball, football, every sport. And also we threw in a state fair ticket, and I think that's a really big deal for Panther Nation. And we added the athletic director's membership, which is $50, and that membership helps to support Panther athletics from an operation and a scholarship standpoint. So you're talking about over 80 events, $425, $5 an event. So I think that's definitely a very good price for every single sport and every athletic event on campus. Next, we had the Panther Pride Pack, which was $300, which was chairback seating for home football games, which was reserved seating, general admission to all sporting events, and a member of the membership club for $300 as well. So again, you're talking about over 80 events, $300. Let's take that five in half, and we're talking about $3 to $4 a event. We had the Panther Pack, which is just a football pack. The Panther Pack is bench seating for all home football games and general admission to all sporting events. So again, $200 bench seating for football, every event in athletics for $200. So you're talking about, again, we're talking about $2 an event. Then you talk about the Football Elite package. This is a popular package here. Chairback seating for all football games and hospitality for all football games. So that's your prime premium seating club seats and a membership for the Athletic Directors Club for $250. And that's our football pack. We talking about 40 to 50 yard line, chairback seating, hospitality for every football game comes with that package, along with the membership club for AD's club, so $250. Then we have the football gold pack, which is chairback seating for all home football games and a member of your AD's club, which is $225. And your purple package is just general admission just for football, bench seating for all football home games, which was $100. In addition to those packages, we had basketball season pack for $100, floor seating $75, which include hospitality as well. And it includes VIP hospitality, where on basketball floor seats, we come around and take your order and we bring VIP service straight to you. So you will not have to move and you can sit down and enjoy the game. Baseball pack was $60. Soccer, softball, and volleyball was $25. I think that's just great for Panther Nation to be able to come out and support Panther athletics, and also to support the university, and also to see all 350 student athletes become champions.
Absolutely. And with that clarity, which I guess drummed up this whole conversation, I believe there was a little glitch in the beginning as far as the pricing when you were comparing the general admission seats.
Right.
And I want us to be able to go into that for those who are listening, because I'm all about clarity. And when people have clarity, you can clear the murky water, and then you compare with facts based on theory and emotion.
Right.
So when we first did this report, and it was June or something, I don't know.
Right.
But we had, according to the site, it was $35 general admission, and then $40 at the walk-up game rate.
Right.
And with that, which is a good thing that came out of that, there was a note that noticed that it was a misprint, and they'll come out. Now, when we compare, and people are still going to get stuck on numbers, so I'm going to call out some numbers, and then we'll be able to explain the difference on how you have what you have. And like I said, I appreciate the opportunity for getting all this, as they say, everything's out in the open. Blues song. You know something about that being out of the Jackson, Mississippi area. Now, Mississippi Valley, general admission. These are general admissions coming from either the website of the actual school or Ticketmaster. So we'll be able to get, once I get this out, we can go into detail comparing the apples to apples. Mississippi Valley, $25 general admission. Arkansas Pine Bluff, $17.50 general admission. Grambling State Tigers, $22.50 general admission. Texas Southern, $15 general admission. Southern University, $16 for general admission. Alabama A&M, $25 general admission, and all students or kids under 17 with an admission of $5. Jackson State, $25 general admission. Alabama State, $23 for general admission, and then the report when we put it out had Prairie View at $35 general admission. And to all due intents and purposes, we did not have an official response back from Alcorn, which is why we did not include them in on this report. Now, with those numbers that we have, I'll give you the floor where you can compare the apples to apples.
Right. Well, generally, I want to start off with definitely Panther Nation. Our tickets are $30 online. Season single tickets went on sale on August the 1st yesterday. We had a really good number of season single tickets purchased yesterday. Online is $30, and on game day of the game is $35. I think it's a really good price for our stadium. We have there's no bad seat in the house. We have no end zone seats. All seats are from the 30 to the 30. And the seats that are not from the 30 to the 30 are the seats that our band and our students occupy. So premium seating, every seat in the house is a good seat. If you've been to Panther Stadium, I encourage everyone to come out and visit our state-of-the-art stadium, and you would definitely see some prime seating. And also, it's really good visual seating. No track is included in our stadium, so real game time action. You know, if you're definitely from the 30 to the 30, you're definitely getting real action. You're almost sitting on top of the sideline, so you're seeing some real actually footballing. Good seating. If you go and compare numbers, you started at Mississippi Valley, $25. Definitely has a track around their stadium. No premium seating at all at that stadium. Pine Bluff, same as Mississippi Valley. I think Grambling is the same. I think TSU has a state-of-the-art stadium with them partnering up with the Dynamo, which is a really nice stadium. Southern, track is included, and also Southern have end zone seating. If you look at Southern, they have about 10 to 15 different tiers of seating when you look at Southern. If anyone recall, on the year, and Jaguars, I'm throwing it out there, on the year that you decide to play us for homecoming, you decide to put our fans in the end zone, in the corner, which is $16 seats, and we weren't able to see anything. So I don't think anyone want to purchase $16 seats. Definitely at Southern University, I think their prime seating starts at $25 to $50. And keep in mind, they don't have any chairback seating at all. Alabama A&M, definitely it's a track feeling. If you go to their stadium, we just had outdoor track championship there. So no prime seating again. Even if you're on the 50-yard line, you're still a long ways away from the field. Jackson State, no track, really nice stadium. $25 seating in Jackson State is end zone seating. We have no end zone seating. We're straight 30 to 30-yard line, 40 to 50-yard line, real good prime seating. Their seating starts from their 50-yard line seating from $40 and on up. So, in Alabama State, definitely you want to compare apples to apples. Alabama State has a brand new stadium as well. I think they opened up maybe a year or two before we opened up. So let's do some comparing with Alabama State and PVAMU. And I think, when you look at the numbers of what they're doing and what we're doing, chairback seating and club seating for us is $16.75. That includes hospitality. Chairback seating, club seating for Alabama State starts at $125 with no hospitality. So you're talking about a $40 or $50 different when it comes to prime premium seating. And that's on both sides. In their end zone, the upper deck, they do have $25 tickets. We don't have end zone seating. But the seating that compares to us, from the 30 to the 30, they're $35 now, and they're $35 the day of game. So at least you can come to us and you compare 35 to 30 and say you go online and purchase tickets. And we always like to do things here as Panthers. We produce productive people, so we like to be able to plan. So online purchasing early, we know what to expect. We know what things we want to do, giveaways. We know how many to have. It gives you a number of what to order and some of the things that you want to do. And from a customer service standpoint, it gives you an idea of what you need to do from event staff and make sure that all Panther Nation are happy and have a good experience when they come over here.
We're speaking with Athletic Director / Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, and I almost called him Doctor again, Ashley Robinson, getting some deals cleared up about ticket pricing, comparing apples to apples. Now, when we look at this, and one thing that I want to stress that we get out in this interview is that people for years have mistaken the east side of the stadium as the visitor side, when it is all the home stadium.
Right.
Can we address that and talk about how we can change that mindset of people getting the grasp from the field that this is all Panther Nation Stadium?
Yeah, and I agree. When we did designs and we sat in meetings and we talked to the architects and we talked about, they started the conversation off, the home and the visitor side. And I said, let's stop. Let's go east and west. I mean, this is Panther Stadium. Well, from a alumni standpoint, a supporter standpoint, a season ticket holder standpoint, and a individual that want to support Panther Nation, we have an east and west stadium, 15,000 seats, purple and gold. No home, no visitor side. The whole stadium this is a home stadium, Panther Stadium. So the field is definitely a home environment. If you show up to Panther Stadium, you will understand what we're talking about. Even this year, we're going to do some things different. Our students, have decided they wanted a section on the west side.
On the west side?
West side of the stadium.
Okay.
So we're going to do some things on the east side.
Okay, I was going to say.
So we're going to do some things different, but we have a good reason for that. Our band is going to be the largest
hostility,
band.
Baby.
Right. Our band is going to be one of the largest bands in the conference this year. We hitting right at 400 in numbers, so we got to have some seats to accommodate our band and our student population. We're gonna have about 45,000 students here, and we have committees together that includes the students, that include the SGA. We have plans together this year to assure that our students will support Panther football and support all our sports. Definitely, I know it's a big concern, and I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, and we talk about the importance of this, opening Thursday night on ESPN. Let's check history, and let's talk about where we want to go and what vision we're going in. You know, this is an opportunity, first time in school history, where we open up on ESPN. And great opportunity to open up your second year of your stadium on ESPN platform. I think last year we had a great showing. We had a little rain delays.
A 7-hour broadcast. My goodness.
But I tell you what, you know, it was great to open up with your rivalry, to open your stadium up with your rivalry, first time on campus, and then to come out with a victory. And that's history. That definitely would be history. That's something to talk about. So definitely this year, we talked to ESPN and talked to the conference office, and anybody that knows me, I'm always pushing to get every home game on some type of network. I think that's great marketing and branding tool for the institution, and also it gives the fans that's not able to come out to Panther Nation all over the nation, all our alums in different areas to watch and to support us from afar. So I'm always trying to upgrade the brand. And also doing those networks, you get a chance to not only talk about athletics, but talk about the university and some of the important highlights that you have. We have a lot of exciting things going on the Hill from an academic standpoint, from a band standpoint, from an athletic standpoint. You know, it comes to a point at one time we was an academic institution. And now we are a well-rounded institution. No doubt in my mind, academics is first. We're going to graduate student athletes. Our graduation rate now is at 63%, and we want to improve. We want to get that higher, and I think that's a high number from an athletic department. But you know, our goal is to be 80-90%. You know, we want students come here to get a degree, so we want to make sure that we put things in place from an academic standpoint to support our students. But when you look at PV Nation and you look at productive people and you look at the vision that we have with the all-out, all-game, all-season, all 350 student athletes, when you see a real program, all 18 sports, that's something to definitely be proud about if you Panther and you support Panther Nation. So definitely, you know, I look at this institution as, when you're coming from a recruiting standpoint, you know, you got a lot of things to talk about. You can talk about the colleges and the universities. You can talk about the engineers. You can talk about the architects. You can talk about the business managers. You can talk about the communications departments. And I think I'm talking to a fellow PV grad here now.
To the day I die, baby.
Very successful.
To the day
Dr.
I die.
Mike Prince. So he understands exactly where I'm coming from. So, you know, I asked Panther Nation to come and support what we're doing. You know, let's come together as one. I think, you know, over 75,000 alumni at this institution, and I think this can be one of the biggest, greatest programs from a university standpoint. You know, we talk about from an HBCU standpoint, but I'm talking about definitely from a FCS standpoint across the board. In the state of Texas, we could be one of the top institutions in the state of Texas if we figure out how to come together. And that's one of my goals as the athletic director, vice president, is figure out a way to engage and get everybody involved and get everybody to support us as one. You know, and not putting this out there, Coach Simmons, but you know, I think it's going to take Atlanta for that to happen.
Yes,
I really do think that,
yes.
and that's going to be a time that I think we really can get everyone to come together. As you know, everybody wants to win, but you know, no one wants to sit down and talk about what it takes to win. It takes things to win when it comes to supporting your student athletes, when it comes to supporting your coaches, when it comes to giving them what they need to be successful. So, you know, this is a different age and time when it comes to our this generation of students. So, you know, they love the bells and whistles. They love the technology. They love the, you know, I'm able to pick my own uniform. They love the designs of the helmets. They love the different things. So you give the students the opportunity. The all-out, all-game, all-season came from a marketing student. Graduated 2 years ago. So, you know, you try to give your students a chance to be involved in everything that we do. And that's one thing that I love about this university. This is a student-first university, and we do all we can to make sure our students have a great experience.
Absolutely. We're speaking with Athletic Director, Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Ashley Robinson. You just hit on something that was very eye-popping for me. When we looked at the NCAA reports as far as ticket sales and donations made, if I'm not mistaken, I think ticket sales was $269,000 and donations were $112,000. And when you match that 60 to 75,000 alumni that you're talking about, I've been crying out 300, PV 300. If you can get alumni only, to give $300 a year, $100 to their department, $100 to the athletic department, $100 to the general funding of the university, that's a significant amount of money. Delaware State Hornets went 0-11 from the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, but generated over $700,000 in ticket sales and almost $800,000 in donations. A team that is no doubt struggling on the athletic side of the field, but academically they've been pretty solid. Getting alumni, what is that magic carrot, that magic button that's going to wake up not just at Prairie View? I've spoken with the commissioners, I've spoken with ADs. It is not just a PV bashing mode, it is an HBCU disconnect. And what could we do to reconnect that vital line?
Well, Mike, that's a good question, and I want to talk about those numbers that we talked about. That 269,000, that is an accurate number for 2016, 16-17. I know the numbers have not been public for this last year, but I do want to say this. 269,000 in a 2,500 to 2,700 seat stadium is not bad. No. It's not bad for one sport. But you look at an increase when you go to 15,000 seats and you go from 269,000 of revenue on ticket revenue to about 1.3, 1.4 last year. Which is very exciting. Million. Which is very exciting. Let's talk about that. You're talking about an $800,000 to $900,000 increase, but you also have to look at this. When you look at HBCUs, and I tell people this all the time, you have to look at what inventory you have. If you notice, when we gain inventory, when I'm talking about inventory, we talk about facilities for each sport and able to sell sponsorship and to able to put butts in the seats by the inventory that you have. You go from 27 to 3,000 seats to 15,000 seats in football, which is an inventory standpoint. You go from gaining inventory from soccer to volleyball to baseball to PV relays back on campus again, which we had no inventory for those particular areas in the last 3 or 4 years. So you're talking about a major increase, but you also have to talk about. We are very in today's world. Everything is very visual, and everything is all about social media and what goes on and what we put out there. As Panther Nation, if we all could be positive about what we're doing and the issues that we have, we bring those issues. I tell alums all the time, you got an issue with athletics, please come talk to me. Please let me know. But it's not helping the university about when we have an issue, we go on social media and talk about, well, the line was too long. Well, it's a reason why the line was too long. Did the lights go off? Did something happen at the stadium? Did they have an incident? Nobody talks about what happened. They talk about this happened. Then you have 10 or 15 other people want to chime in when it comes to a negative view. We had a staff retreat, team leadership yesterday for our staff and coaches. And, they talked about when something negative is on Facebook, you get a million likes. And something positive, you might get 1 or 2 likes. Well, we got to change that. From Panther Nation, HBCU standpoint, we have a lot of history, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things, and not just on the athletic side, but on the academic side, and a lot of great things that people are doing. And we got to change all of those. My goal is to change every negative thing that we have at the university and turn it to a positive. And we're not perfect. No one is perfect. There's always going to be issues, but it's what you do after you handle a situation. And we have to be fair. We have to be very fair with people. We have to let personal things go. I don't take anything personal because it's a business. And at the end of the day, my job is to make sure that to enhance this department, to graduate student athletes, to make this university look good from a nation standpoint, not just from a Texas standpoint. Texas is the goal. Nation is the long vision. So take this program, for the heights, but I can't do that without Panther Nation. And we have to get Panther Nation on the same page. We have to come together and say, hey, this is what we're going to do for our institution. You go to it, you talk about a Texas A&M, which is the number one revenue institution.
$194 million.
$194 million. And the thing about Texas A&M, it doesn't matter what kind of year they're having. Their alums are going to support. They can be 0-20, they still going to buy that season ticket. And that's the problem, with us. We understand. Panther Nation, we get it. We understand we have to win. My coaches understand that. My student athletes understand that. But we're going to win in two ways, and we're going to win and I'm going to add a third way. First of all, we're going to win the right way, and we're going to do things the right way from an NCAA standpoint. So we're going to make sure that we're doing things the right way, and that's number one across the board. We're gonna make sure coaches are abiding by NCAA rules and doing things the right way. And so, because when we win championships, will be the second thing. I can sleep at night. Coaches can sleep at night. Panther Nation can sleep at night. We don't have to worry about, oh man, did this happen? We're gonna do things the right way, and I think that's my job, to make sure that we do things the right way. And third, we're gonna graduate, our students. We're gonna do those three things, And Dr. Prince, as a former alum, I know people are asking. Last year, we was third in the Commissioner Cup the last 2 or 3 years, and we're right there. We're competing with every sport. I think this year you saw some changes in baseball. You saw some changes in softball. You saw some changes in tennis. You saw some changes. It's not about certain sports. It's about all 18 sports. We're going to run a full program here, and we've put a lot of things in place and added a lot of additions to things to enhance the brand and to make sure we can support. The number one thing is, how can you hold somebody accountable if you're not giving them what they need to be successful? So, Panther Nation, I ask you all to come out and support. Give us what we need to be successful, and I guarantee you will see champions not only on the field but in the classroom.
Speaking with Ashley Robinson of Prairie View A&M University Panthers Athletic Director / Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics. A very enriching conversation, I might add. And it's funny how things come to a point that can get us here, but it's always about putting the brand first. And when we put the brand first and we make sure that everybody are on the same pages, that it can clear up a lot of speculation. Because, and going back, you made some Facebook comments. From my history, many people, and I'm going to go as far as say most of the people that are spitting out the rhetoric on those social media chat, all you got to do is follow the money, or they donating to begin with.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's part of the waters that we murk in. I had somebody send me a comment on one of my deals, cussed me out up and down just because I was a Sigma, and said they're going to unfollow me. Okay, that's fine. That's part of the area that we're in.
Right.
But we have to consistently do what we know is right.
Right.
And when we're standing on fact, not on emotion, we can clear up a lot of the murky waters. And unfortunately, you're going to have that small percentage of people who are just going to see what they see, hear what they hear, and think what they want to think. I say that's selective amnesia, selective thought process, and doing whatever they want to do. But as long as I have breath in my body, my number one concern, why I started doing this when nobody else was even thinking about doing it, because it was not getting done. B, if it was getting done, it was only on a negative factor. Yes, you're the AD doing a wonderful job. I was here when it was 0-88, and they kept turning us on ESPN, see how bad we was going to get beat. You understand? So that the tide has changed.
Right.
That you want people, don't forget to remember. And that was all a part of this, and hopefully many future conversations down the road. Because when people get the truth and they still decide that they want to do certain things, and guess what? That's on them. I've done my part. You've done your part. Now they got to go and weigh out the situation. So while we're getting this done, are there any final comments you'd like to have for this segment?
Definitely. One time out the year, Panther Nation, I ask you all to definitely support us on September the 7th, 6:30, Thursday night. One day out the year, I'm asking you to take off work or do what you need to do to let your boss know that it's Panther Day. playing one of the top 10 institutions in FCS football on your campus, on our campus, Panther Nation campus. And I think definitely who would want to miss an upset like that, Dr. Prince? So I definitely encourage Panther Nation to be here to support, because I definitely wouldn't want to be that alum or that fan to say, I should have been at that game when they played Sam Houston State, which was a top 10 institution in the state of Texas and one of the biggest upset in FCS football. And I didn't get an opportunity to support Panther Nation because I felt like the game should have been on Saturday. So definitely, I beg the Panther Nation to please come out and support us on Thursday night. Definitely, if there's any doubt in your mind, we're gonna be live, ESPN live. They're gonna do a lot of things to highlight and showcase and brand and market the institution, and it's something that we've been asking for. So I definitely would like to see you there. Please don't miss out on that opportunity. Sometimes you only get one opportunity to make a change, and definitely, I think it definitely is a way to make a change. Your students have made a commitment. I've met with the SGA and said, Mr. Robinson, we're going to have 4,000 students there. We challenging the alums there. So don't do it for me or do it for the athletic department. Do it for the students. Do it for these over 9,000 students that we have at this great institution that definitely pushing on alums and saying, hey, if we can do it, we know you all can do it. So definitely, I encourage you to come out and support. 15-3 in the conference in the last 2 years, and definitely excited about the explosive and excited offense of Willie Shotgun Simmons. I think he's definitely going to let some hats out the bag this year, and it's going to be some tricks. It's going to be some exciting football, but don't sleep on the defense. I think we're going to be very powerful on the defense side of the ball. I think out of his 3 years, his third year, we're going to have a complete football team. He talks about special teams. He talks about defense. He talks about offense. And every part of the game is very important in the game of football. So very exciting with the upcoming year this year. Just throw a tidbit out there. We talk about the Southland. Well, we're playing the Southland 3 times this year. So we're going to do some testing and see where we are with our program. Very excited about that. We're not an institution that's going to play FBS games every year. We're going to do that every 3 to 4 years, every 5 years, unless we think we got one that we can definitely make a change and make a difference in. So definitely excited about that. So I encourage Panther Nation. Like I said, not encourage. I'm begging you. Please come out and support the Panthers live on ESPN. I want to see nothing but purple and gold, east and west, home stadium, 15,000 fans, 400 band members, over 9,000 students. The students have told me that, hey, the alum don't want to come, Mr. Robinson. We at least give you 9,000 seats. So definitely, I encourage you all to come out and support us and support your student athletes. And let's play that Panther. Let's play that gold, purple and gold.
And remember, the east side is your home side as well. It is all PV land. And we thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. You said something, but I'm going to say that for another day because I heard it, but I'm going to wait for another day. We're out of time right now. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, we look forward to bringing you in-depth coverage on PV Nation, Swag Nation, and all of the above. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.